Okay, here we are for round 2 of this tournament. We are rolling for going first. I'll take first. Take it. Let's see. Good luck, have fun. We're playing against Theory or Easy Clappuccino. Playing a Draenei Paladin. We're playing a Draenei Priest, so maybe we both got Tihan stuff going on. We have in our opener 2 quests, a Valeera plus a Leap of Faith, an Emerald Stash Trigger. We have a Concerted Efforts, which helps us find the Hammer and Elekk, but otherwise this hand doesn't really do anything. It's got some misses. I think it's a pretty safe mulligan. Really just want to find my pieces here. Looks like we both mauled. And we're going to go Concerted Efforts pass. Oh, this might be a Grand Crusader deck. Ah. Oh, interesting. Well, I guess I have to do... Okay. Guess my opponent gets to look at my hand now. Probably just names this hammer, so I'll just play land and then Mind Spike this guy. Oh, it only does 1, so never mind. That play does not work. Oh gosh, a 0-2 is about to take over my hand. Alright, well. It's happening. You got it. Boy, we really do not have a lot to do anymore. Okay, let's find an even card. Well, we're going to have to use our journey triggers somehow, so I'm just going to place this quest into play and remember that my opponent is going to be doing 0 to me per turn. Now, he could play 2 or 3 of these and then I don't get to play the game anymore. We have some dispersions that we can... Oh, nice. Gotta love that. Opponent's not on voice, so we're definitely solely reminded on ourselves to remember all of our opponent's triggers here, including revealing our hand back and concealing it and all that going forward. What you got? You got a Naisha too? It's got a Berta. Okay, well, I think we'd still want to name Rare here. Okay, well, we got a Leap of Faith. How awkward is this? I guess I can Tithe the Retainer, block this guy. Then we can untap 2 mana, play Hammer, trigger Hammer, Mind Spike this for 3. That won't kill it. No, I guess we can Tihan it first. That's fine. Yeah, so we need to play a card here. Then we have to discard a card. That is just where we're at. Guess we didn't have to complete that quest. And now we do need to discard. Probably just discarding a Leap of Faith. I doubt it's going to do a lot in this matchup. Discarding feels bad either way, but it is what it is. Alright, so the play is my opponent attacks with Berta. We respond by tithing This guy. He's also got a hero flip he can leave up. Or he can make an ally invincible. Okay, this definitely looks like a Grand Crusader deck. Okay, now we get to Tithe, steal your guy, block your other guy. Okay, well, we didn't do any damage to Berta, but he didn't get to draw a card. That was a nice 1-for-1 trade. Tithe was a great draw there. And we weren't going to hit Tithe off any of our rarity things, really just needed to draw into it. Can hit it from concerted efforts, but most of our quests are just not going to get there. Okay, I hope it's not another Retainer Marcus. So he just plays this card out. I don't know what he's got for 1 mana. I mean, probably just has some dudes, so if you're going to play him out. I think I have to kill this rather than letting him. I think I'll just let him draw another card. I guess we can't. We don't get to go nuts with Tihan this turn, but we do get to get it in play. So we pay 2, put a Tihan down, trigger it. Now we have up to 3 mana. Oh wait, are we out of triggers? Do we use them all? Wow, we're not really playing this very well, are we? We basically have to trigger next turn as well. We do not have the resources left to do that. We have a Leap of Faith. Don't know if that's going to do anything. I can play Devouring Plague on him. Because this can sabotage my journey triggers, which is an issue. But only once. If he untaps and plays Grand Crusader, that's also real bad. What else can we do? We could play a land and put a Devouring Plague on him. We untap, take 4, he gets to draw 2. Plague may not be great here. He has this turn 4 flip to go invincible, plus all this card draw. It's a rough turn. So we pay 2, play a hammer, trigger Lifewarden to just deal 1, ping 1, then we get 1 mana off our next spell. Alternatively, we play Elekk. Yeah, maybe just play Elekk and then trigger, and then Mind Spike for 3, killing this off. Okay, that's fine. Our stash trigger is reveal the top card. Okay, well, we don't get that one. Alright, well, Mind Spike this guy here for 3. And I hope this isn't some type of 1 mana blowout spell. No, kill your guy, you discard 3. Okay, he's working on it over there. He didn't play out this guy. Didn't play out a Mikhail. So he didn't play out a 1 mana 2/1 or an Ashnar. I think that's my turn. Sure, he has no answers to Devouring Plague. I mean, he's got some Ruin Recalls, maybe Ruin Recalls, but this is ally heavy plus Grand Crusader plus card draw. I don't mind taking 2 from Berta. He gets to draw a card, good for him. This is not Grand Crusaders, cost 2. Oh, he's doing this one. Okay, your 2 drops are bigger. I will take 4. So the reason I killed that creature was because it can sabotage keywords. So it doesn't even need to damage me. It can just attack the keyword. It sabotages all keywords immediately. I guess so. Oh, he's back. I mean, I can steal this Berta here soon. Oh, this guy's a lot better now. Wait, no. He does not have cost X. He is a 1-drop, so he's still a 0/2. Okay, so I can't play my Tihan again, but I can't trigger it anytime soon. If I could trigger it, then then it starts to get a little nutty here. But we're not under that much pressure. My opponents can resource next turn, do something, draw some cards, keep up this flip later on in the game. Oh, right. Turn 5, we have multiple 6-drops. We have a Leap of Faith, which can't really target anything. We can just throw the Devouring Plague on my opponent. See if he can't deal with that. Yes, he's drawing. He's got a lot more card draw in play, and we're taking 4 a turn. But we actually get to deal 3 back. Alternatively, we pay 3 right now, draw 2, go up to 7 in hand. That might be the best chance we have. Just draw some cards now. We don't. I don't know. It's close. It's close. I could put Leap of Faith face down. It just doesn't look like it's going to do anything this game. And then we can set up to Insanity your guy. Or just put a Legacy of the Horde in and really slow him down and then make him rely on his card draw to get him out of this. Which, I mean, he has, but he's going to have to sink all his mana into it. We're only taking 4 a turn. Gives us time to draw Dispersion or do something else. So we're either going to draw a card or slap Devouring Plague go. And I kind of like slapping Devouring Plague go just to put something my opponent has to deal with. So yeah, I think we'll put the Leap of Faith face down. I don't see a lot going on with that card. And we'll take the one chance we have to go ahead and just Devouring Plague our opponent. We could pay 2 to draw 2. Maybe that would have been better. Doesn't give me anything to play, though. Alright, so we put a Devouring Plague on my opponent. So it's going to start pinging. And you can actually, if you ever get a Valeera in play, you can Leap of Faith her on your upkeep to try and trigger Journey on the Elekk before this triggers, so that can end up triggering for like 5 or 7. It's already pretty good, but it's something. So my opponent is probably going to try and go just play his whole hand and then complete some of these. Naisha. Okay, well, you already know the hand. Probably going to take the Insanity or the Legacy to slow me down. I don't know. Okay, so Legacy and Insanity. So now I can Insanity your Berta. Oh, and she is a 3/6. She's pretty big. Ooh, very nice. My opponent drew some cards that he gets to discard to Devouring Plague. I guess he can just trigger this on his upkeep. And then this won't do anything. I could also Insanity this Crusade of Kings, taking off 4 damage total. Yep. So my opponent cannot actually leave up this flip. Yeah, he had to discard his whole hand there. So probably didn't want to complete that quest. So it's just lots of cheap guys. Well, we have a Goran now, so we can just play Goran. Maybe put this Tihan face down. I mean, I know the deck's kind of built around it, but give what you can. Just play Goran, blow that up. Then you have some crappy allies in play. I don't even have to resource this turn. Alright, let's pay 2 to draw 2 cards and try to get a resource. We did. Now we got a resource. I don't have any journey triggers, so I am kind of just gonna throw this out here. I could also make a... This guy is a 3/3 versus a bigger board, so he's not real good right now. So we can trigger, do nothing with the trigger, just play Goran, or I could play Toshe face down, save the trigger for a turn. Toshe will eventually be a 4/4, which is significant on this board state, so I think I'd rather have the card in play. I'll just miss the journey trigger. Woohoo. Not so great for our opponent. He gets to draw some more cards next turn and then has to kind of just lose all of them. Alright. Yeah, my opponent did goof real hard by drawing and then double drawing and losing all 3 to a Devouring Plague. That's not going anywhere. I can't cast Legacy, I can't cast Tihan. However, I can Insanity... I mean, your Berta, and then I'll have the card at Advantage Engine, and you can have all these bad allies. I can also just take one of these. No, you can attack me. I'll take 2. This guy's not a protector or anything. Alright, well, opponent's got some decisions. He basically has to spend all his cards every turn. And then he can complete his mana. He can do this at the start of his turn, but he never wants to do it in the... I don't think he's going to make that mistake again. Okay. Well, he knows my hand now. Let's reveal. There you go. He knows when he completes his quest, this guy's going to get bigger, and this... Not only do I get to eat all his quests from now on, I doubt he's going to play a lot more resources. 4 is probably max for him. He's just going to play whatever he draws. So he'll just play a 1-drop or a 2-drop every turn. And we have Devouring Plague ticking on him. Eventually, some of these allies will start dying, and we'll get to play some of our 6-drop things. I guess you just take Insanity here, and then make me play a 3/3. Last turn was my opportunity to play Insanity. But Goran, I think, is doing some work here. He's saving 4 damage on this board. 1, 2... Ashnar. Ashnar's real good here. And I don't have any Insanity or anything to do with it. Don't gain anything by doing this now. So let's just draw a card first. Get all the information that we can. We drew another Insanity. That card is not very good right now. We got a Taretha. Not going to do very much. We could eat his only quest, but we're losing to what's on board. I don't want to play a 3/3. That might be our play, though. Is just play a 3/3, then he gets to run Berta into it, and then run his hero into it. If we take Taretha's... Yeah, we can never cast the Toshe. It's just how it's going to work out. We really don't have the removal because he has our Tihan pinged out. It's possible we should have played that earlier, but it was a real tempo turn. Rare Bean. This just gives us a bunch more rares that we can't cast. Common gives us the shadow removal spells. Might have to do that. Whereas Taretha's gives us... Doesn't even draw us a card. It just deletes his location. Makes Toshe a 4/4. Is that significant enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a 4/4 Toshe. And then he can deal 1 to it. Oh, he can make something invincible. Ah, he's got that going now. So he's got a very powerful flip. Our flip is blank. I think I'm going to take the rare bean and aim for common. All right. Oh, my opponent can still see my hand again. Nice. I guess he knows what I drew then. So that was a... All right, we drew triple blue. Oh, we drew a removal spell off the blue. That would have been nice. And then a dispersion. Those both would have been fantastic, but we aimed for white. So that looks like it's pretty much our turn. Dang. I'm going to cast my guy. I don't want to just do nothing. Well, we are certainly falling behind. We have cards in my hand. My opponent has 3 cards that won't let us play. So we're not playing very much. Oh well, you either have some removal spells to deal with this, or you don't. We don't have a lot of sweepers. We have a Tihan, which has been answered twice now. Yeah, we Tithe the first one, and then Mind Spike the other one. So what else can we do? We can get a Valeera. Valeera won't do much. It just puts lands into play with no triggers. Man, I guess rare really was the pick there. I knew about Dispersion, but common would have got me Shadow Burst. Feels like I would have got more from that. Well, we just have no responses. We have 4 uncastable cards and then a quest. So it's kind of right where our opponent wants us. He can swing for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 with invulnerable left up. Puts me at 9 health. He's got some pretty easy plays here. Get in for 2. And then probably just throw her in. So she'll die too. Okay, he just says trade him off. What are we paying 2 for? We're just playing guys out. Drew the 3rd Insanity. So that card was not great. 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not dead, so we play seeds and then see if we get something. I can't cast this card, so I'll bottom that. Valeera does nothing, but might draw me into a quest, which draws me into something. It's basically got to be Dispersion. So I guess Valeera gives me the most chances at drawing a quest into Dispersion, so I'll take that. There you go. Can't play the game. So that's it. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana with 24, 26 mana of spells, but no, cannot. Knowing full well I had the opportunity to play a Tihan earlier underneath one of these, and maybe that would have taken over the game. But then I wouldn't have bopped off the journey trigger. I would have been reliant on auto attacking for 1. I think you got me, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, GG, you got me. Yeah, opponent got me. I just couldn't play any of the spells that I put in my deck, so that'll do it. That will do it. Let's go to game 2. Okay, what do we sideboard here? Just need max removal. I will take a Dispersion. I'll take a Goran. The masks, gosh, do you bring in masks versus this deck? Probably. I'll bring in 2. I'm sure I have some bad stuff to side out. Don't need Scourge. I will take the other Tithe. Xing-Ho can stay out. We don't need that. I will shave maybe 1 seed. It's just the worst quest here. Last Relic might be better than that. Or Taretha's. Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen what his locations might be. I need to cut 4 cards. Leap of Faith was real bad. Let's get rid of one of those. I know it works well with... let's maybe cut down 1 Insanity. We don't want that to happen again. Make 2 more cuts. Well, I don't want to cut too many quests. We're not bringing any in to offset that. I still need to cut 2. I kind of like creatures here. I'm thinking of cutting an Insanity just because it got locked in my hand last game. I did. I cut one of those. I cut a Leap of Faith. Doesn't look like he has a lot of removal, so the Leap of Faiths are... I guess I need to rely on Leap of Faith plus Dispersion. That's probably what's going to happen here. I need to make some cuts. What do I want to cut here? Took out 1 seeds. Devouring Plague was not ideal that game, although it did nuke his hand a bit. There's a lot of other things I'd prefer to be doing. But it did take my opponent off some cards, although it's probably unlikely to do that this game. Still got 2 Gorans, some masks, the Insanities, some legacies. I cut down on 6s in general. Wow, really not sure what to cut here. This is tough. Toshe is a creature that trades, that's why I like it. I could see cutting 1 more Insanity and then 1 more either a Legacy or a Leap. Legacy's expensive. Leap has a lack of targets, so I think that's what we'll do. We'll cut 2 Insanities, 1 Leap, 1 Legacy. I could cut one of each, be down to 2, 2, and 3. I think I like having the 3rd one better than the... Nah, it's not true. It was real bad last game. Okay. All right. This is game 2. Let's see what we get. We have 3 quests, a Tithe, Goran, Legacies. An interesting hand. It does not have the tools we want, but we do have triple of the best 1-drop quests. We have a Tithe to pick off something. I think I will keep this. I have a Goran in case he goes nuts with an ability. We have Valeera to just put a dude in play. I'm going to keep my hand. Question is turn 1 mine or concerted efforts? I think it's going to be concerted efforts. This would give us the best chance to find the hammer right now. And I'd rather just put it into play. I'm not really too afraid of him destroying it. Although he does have cards that... Let's see. What do we get? Leap of Faith, Hammer, and a Mind Spike. Well, some of those cards have seen better targets, so Tihan's not so good versus her. I think I'll put the mask in my resource row now, and then I will save these quests. I think I like that. I doubt he's got immediate removal for that. I think I want to put the mask down because I have a Goran and I just don't want to overload on that effect. I'll have to see if that punishes me later, but I'm making the decision. We're doing it. Let's just play the hammer out. I think it's safer in play, based on what I know about my opponent's deck. So we're going to be taking 2 off this girl for a while. And my hero can never damage this one. That can draw him back into the game. Okay, what you got? It's Berta. All right. We do get to play a card cheaper this turn. We don't get our sweet Elekk combo, but we can still go... I guess place concerted efforts, complete it, not complete it, place concerted efforts, boom, activate it, put a Valeera in play. Then he's got to basically play Grand Crusader, buff all these guys up. Alternatively, we get to ping for 1, 1, 2, 3, so we can still play a 4-drop. I guess we have Goran next turn. We can leave up Tithe this turn. And what would we do with that? He attacks with Berta. Yeah, Berta's not great on defense, so I think we just let him swing in for 2, and then when he attacks with what's the next card? When he attacks with Bancroft, then we would want Berta to swing, and we make Bancroft the protector. That doesn't work out very well if he has the Grand Crusader, but we can just activate it next turn. Thinking. Just letting my opponent know what we're up to over here. We also have the option to place concerted efforts, complete it, look for an Elekk. Even if we play the Elekk, we don't get a trigger out of it. That's ping 1, then we can attack, ping another 1, get this thing down to 2. But we don't get to use the mana to tithe something, which could be an issue. Because we have to deal damage in packets of 2 with that setup. Alternatively, we Valeera and just put Valeera into play on turn 3 and see how good that is. It's not very good versus his flips or his ongoing abilities, making guys bigger. But we get to play Goran next turn. There's a lot of upside into that and save the Tithe for later. I think I like that the best. So let's go ahead and trigger here. We'll put a damage here. And let's see if we can get some more Valeera triggers. Just got to get lucky here. Draw 2. And we did not get lucky. Those are all good cards. Well, okay, well, we got a 4/4 on turn 3. His deck has a lot of things that are better than that. Card advantage engine sitting in play. I'm expecting like a Grand Crusader or something. He mulliganed to this hand, so you never know, but he might have you know, something somewhat explosive. Or maybe he can take me off some cards here. I guess that would be real bad. And think about that. If he takes me off a Goran, I can't Goran away his big ongoing. If he takes me off a Tithe, that's kind of my removal spell here. Although we have a great board here. We have a 4/4, a weapon that does 1 to 2 a turn. We've got a lot going on for us. It looks like that turn would have turned out better if we just concerted efforts and then picked up the Elekk, really set up ourselves for that combo. And then we could have either attacked for 1 or tithed. We'll see. There it is. So we're gonna let him do whatever he wants, and then we'll Goran that next turn. Just seems about right. Okay, great. Now she's four. I think she's alive. Oh, but I think he knows I'll kill her. She had 1 health left. I think she has 5 damage on her. She is a... So yeah, we took our right damage here. We did not take 4 because her death rattle did not trigger. Okay, let's draw a card for the turn. Hey, we drew Relic anyways. That worked out. So now we get to just play Elekk for 2, trigger, make Goran 3 cheaper, kill this. We don't get to kill your Bancroft. But, oh well. Alternatively, we pay 2, play Elekk, trigger. We have 2 mana left. Our next spell costs 3 less, so we can do 5 mana worth of spells this turn. So we cannot get our Legacy in play. Toshe, not very good right now. Maybe Legacy the turn after. I think I will probably just Goran here. It's a good opportunity to do so. Pink. Guess it won't be attacking. Yeah, it's happening. Now we just trigger, finish killing. We don't have to finish killing Berto. We're just going to Goran this now. So we'll just ping his hero for a few. Are there any other cards I'd like more than Goran here? I can see completing concerted efforts now. Let's go ahead and quest. Get all the information. We got an Insanity and an Emerald Lifewarden. Emerald Lifewarden, we don't have anything to trigger with yet, but we could next turn with Capture a Mine. If we find something good, we actually could do that this turn. We can go Emerald Lifewarden for 1 mana. Oh, Emerald is also the trigger. Ah, that's a good way to think about it. Emerald's our backup trigger, whereas Insanity is just nuts versus... Is Insanity nuts versus little things? Capture Mine is really supposed to find us the next resource, so I'm kind of hoping that's the deal. We have a 6-drop play lined up with Legacy, so I don't think I really want that. I think I'd rather have the Lifewarden rather than the Insanity. Okay, now I get to trigger Capture a Mine, shoot your hero, and it's trigger Capture a Mine, but with the triggers on the stack, complete it, see if we find a quest, and if we do... So both these triggers go on the stack. So we have to target now. Well, see a reason to target this like under any circumstance. So we're just still going to target his hero. And we'll go ahead and complete. These plays are not as obvious to us. Okay, great. We've got to capture the mine and a concerted efforts. Concerted efforts gets our best cards, but capture the mine guarantees me a land, and a land is one of my best cards right now. Concerted efforts finds me like all the good stuff, though. I don't know. Usually concerted efforts is by far the best quest in this deck, but I might just take capture the mine to find me more resources. Is that right? I'm going to draw more of them naturally. Okay, so now our math is we can pay 1, cast Lifewarden, trigger. Our next trigger does like 5, so we put Lifewarden into play. Trigger there. So then we hit you for 5. Now do I even care about Goraning? Because I could just play a Legacy now for 1 mana. It's getting pretty greedy. It is getting greedy. We can just play the Goran, take the Insano values. That should be good enough. We actually get to attack, too. So we'll just place Goran into play. It gets us the furthest ahead right now. Alright, so we'll kill your Grand Crusader, kill Berta. Oh wait, that didn't cost me. Shouldn't have cost me any mana to do that. Oh. And now we attack for it too. It should just be 5. Yes, now we pass. Okay, there was a lot to do that turn. There was a lot of ways we could have navigated that, and the way we did it, I'm happy with that. It worked out well. We could have played Legacy, and we could have played Goran and saved this. We could have taken concerted efforts over this, but this, I really want to guarantee another land drop next turn to just kind of go Legacy into stuff. I really hope my opponent keeps all this stuff in play. I'm going to put a Toshe in. And then we will be able to complete Defias Brotherhood immediately. We will take 1, 2. Oops, that's the wrong side. We'll take 2. We kept some Leap of Faiths in. We have 4 Dispersions. He says Ashnar. It's going to be double Ashnar. Double Ashnar. Okay. Swing for 4 somewhere. It's got to be here, right? Who cares about this? You got to kill this thing, otherwise I get extra triggers. Alright. He kills my 2/3. What in the world? Not this one? Alright, well, let's get all the information. Go ahead and fully untap here. Let's draw a card. We already drew our quest. I don't know how well he thought this turn might go, but we get to go Tihan something down. Actually, my opponent has how much health? 14? I have to ask that? Yeah, we might kill our opponent here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to go quest first, ping you for 3. And then we can play Legacy after that. And then we can complete this, try to find another quest. That one will deal 10. I think we might just kill our opponent first. So let me go ahead and complete this. Yeah, not a great spot for my opponent. Our deck really kind of exploded. Well, we did find some quests, so we're going to take that one. All right, I gotta think the whole line here. All right, I think we just go quest, Bing, legacy costs 3. 1, 2, 3. We have our quest in play. Then we get to play legacy for 3. Place our next trigger on the stack. Legacy doubles it so that it's 5 actually goes to 10. I think we kill our opponent like immediately here. I think that's the deal. Yeah, I think we're just gonna kill our opponent. So that'll be 3, and then we go 1, 2, 3. Legacy. All right, well, we certainly got to play that game. My opponent didn't have a great hand. Let's take a look at our sideboard again. Is there anything I would change? There's no more Devouring Plague. We kept all the 6 drops. I definitely want to keep legacies. Those are nuts. Leap of Faiths have a chance to be real bad. Insanities. I don't want to get too clunky with 6 drops. We have plenty of cheap stuff, and I think that's ideal here. I think we have plenty of paths to win. Okay, let's see how we do in round 3. Our opener has 2 lands, neither of which are quick at finding an Elekk or a Tihan. We have a Mind Spike, but it's not powered up. And we have a Relic to just hang out and not die. However, that plan isn't great when they have a lot of card draw in play and can make my hand uncastable. So I think I will mulligan this hand, and he's thinking. So I think the way his deck works out is either like you have Birdas and you can draw off those for a while, or you have Grand Crusader plus Vomit, or you have the package that prevents your opponent from playing the game. So that's something that we have as an advantage here. We can actually very little advantage. We probably just we're on the draw, so he has 2 turns to play the Hunter, the 0/2, and Naisha. Our deck's pretty soft to those. We do not have a Tithe in hand or a Tihan, so I think this looks like a mulligan. There's just not a lot going on here. Do it. Does he have the guy? He does not. A bunch of dispersions. So I'm going to go ahead and put... I want to get a quest in because I want something to do with my turn 1. So we'll place a concerted efforts here and just pass back. Hope he doesn't have a way to turn off Tihan. All right, I'll take 2. He could blind name Naisha on Tihan. That's not it. We got a Mind Spike, a Valeera, and a Legacy. There's a lot that we have to consider here suddenly. Okay, we have 2 Mind Spikes now. Each one's fairly bad, but actually does damage and removes and does something to his board. We cannot take the Legacy. We already have one. I can certainly see taking Valeera. That seems like the highest potential. This card doesn't even need to attack my hero. It just attacks at nothing and disables Journey for the rest of the game. Okay, well that might just happen. I think I will take the Valeera, leave the other things. Could also consider taking the Mind Spike and just have a couple turns of Mind Spiking for 1 and 1, and then attacking with my hero. Not very good, but it lets us kill it somehow. Although Valeera just gives us so much more upside and it's a 4/4, I think we're just going to take the Valeera. Go up to 9, and we need to play a card here. We've got plenty of resources now, so let's go ahead and just play a card, and we will play our hammer out, make our opponent answer with what he's got. He will turn off Journey, but we still have a weapon that we can attack for 1, which I'm not looking really forward to taking a ton of damage during that, but we can Dispersion our way out of that here soon. But this does make my Valeera significantly worse, since she does not trigger Journey anymore. But we're taking 2, maybe eventually 2 more a turn. Well, there's a lot of good 2-drops in Classic. This is a very interesting one to go with. Okay. Well, we have time to get out of that. So I lose my Journey trigger. And I get to keep these Dispersions, and again, this game, I may lose some Journey triggers here, but I'm just kind of not dying. Uh-oh. Okay, well, he knows I have Valeera. Alright. Now, this is probably a good opportunity if my opponent has some type of Grand Crusader or ability that pumps 2-drops, so he can get pretty close to getting these active to where they're actually doing a lot of damage. I'm not gonna Dispersion right now. I won't take enough. I think I want to pay 2 and attack for 1, and then that's probably just my turn. I don't have anything else going on. Yeah, I think we'll just swing in here, and I'll take 2 back. And I'll place this card, not get a trigger from it. We could have taken the Mind Spike earlier instead of the Valeera. I recall that decision now, but we still have the ability to swing in next turn and then still Mind Spike it. And again, we have a lot of time. My opponent does not have a Burda to draw his way out infinitely here, so these Dispersions are going to last for a long time until we get a Legacy in play. There's the Grand Crusader. Now we get smashed for a bit, and we just Dispersion next turn. So I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we take 4 more here. Do I want to Seeds now? I don't know what I'm looking for. I think my turn is still probably just. Well, we're gonna leave up I guess we just cast Dispersion, attack for 1 until we find an answer for this. Yeah. Okay, I don't see any opportunity to cast the... I guess I just don't see any opportunities to do much else right now. So I'm happy to just go to my draw step here, see what I draw. A Lifewarden. Well, it's pretty bad. I will continue to use up my journey trigger though. I need to get him going. That's another consideration. We have all these rares, so now we can seeds and then use our other 2 mana, hopefully to dispersion. I'm sorry, we can turn this off. So in order to do that correctly though, I'm in no rush to do that. So I think I will just attack dispersion now. This puts me at great risk to him drawing removal spell and dispersion, but I guess he can still do that next turn. We just lose 1 attack worth out of it, which isn't nearly as powerful. So what we're looking to do here is just basically attack for 1 more while dispersion's up, and then he either has a way to do something about dispersion for the next turn or it does not, and then we can rare bean looking for blue to leap of faith at dispersion again. I guess I'm going for the long game here, so doing 1 more damage right now may not be as critical as it will be later on. So I guess I'm happy to just pass, make him play, then dispersion, and kind of figure out the turn there. Yeah, I will do that. All right, we're gonna pass to him. So he can draw a card. And he should be able to enable this Device Brotherhood here pretty soon. We're at a pretty scary life total now. If he draws another one, that's also an issue. He gets to just play a guy now and just basically play the long game with draw cards. We don't have sweepers, we just have to get rid of this, then we can start pinging things down. Oh, well that's real bad. Well, good thing we have 2 dispersions. Alright, let's try this. All of our cards are sorcery, right? Okay, just dispersion. Yeah, well, we have the second dispersion, so we're kind of lucky there. Okay, and he played the chipper main phase, so he's got that answer locked up. Okay, so he's going to draw 2 cards, or draw another 2 while he can, then activate his chipper, and we'll just dispersion again. So he did have the removal, we just had to get lucky through it. He might have another one afterwards, but this is when we can get real lucky. If we have a leap of faith... Alright, well we had the other one. We have 2 more in the deck. We've got masks. Okay. I do think I'll just draw for the turn here. Concerted efforts. Yeah, I guess we just go land. Well, okay, this what are we doing with this turn now? There's a lot of thoughts going into this. We're so low on health. Can't play Elekk. Play's gone. This card's huge. Everything's huge. We have a decent chance to reveal, basically just reveal quest into Goran. So I think I like leading with concerted efforts and then just saying go. Most of my cards are not instant speed. So I have a chance to seeds immediately. Yeah, let's just make our opponent do all the plays. So we'll miss another journey trigger. Oh, this is actually our opportunity to attack for 1. Hit this for 1, we take no damage. Mind spike it. And then afterwards... it's too risky again. So we'd have to get our land into play, complete that one. We only have 4 left. And then between that and then the Rare Bean and the Seeds, we have to find a Leap of Faith or another Dispersion. And I think we can do that, and I'd rather hold my mana for that. So that's my play. Let's just put Concerted Efforts in. And pass to user. Plus, I can always swing back if my opponent attacks. He's drawing steadily over there. So are we, though. We have some stuff in play. Now, Rare Bean. I do want to aim for blue. It hits Leap of Faith, and it hits... So he just says, throw a Bancroft in play to turn his Defias on. Yep, you got it. Draw some cards. He is drawn up. It's like the one thing Alliance really has, some powerful allies and Defias Brotherhood to pay 1 to draw 2. At great deck building cost, surely. But we've given our opponent the opportunity to rebuild here, to find all the ongoing ability removal he may have in the deck, which also makes Legacy not so good. Alright, let's complete Seeds now. That's going to make this card so big. Let's peep 2 here. What do we see? Wow. I will take the Tithe. I'm a big fan of that one. But this needs to be interesting here. So we can bottom this hammer, leave Tithe, and then we can Concerted Efforts for Tithe, for even. Take the Tithe. He still gets to blow up my Dispersion this turn. Well, Tithe is such a strong card on this board. What can I do? I can block with his 2/1, deal 2 back to this guy, and then I can still try to bounce Grand Crusader off. It's a very critical decision here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy is a 6/8 now. No, 6/7. A 6/7. Well, we're gonna bottom the hammer for sure. I don't need that card. Let's go ahead and do that. Hammer is bottomed. Tithe. If we leave it on top, then we Concert it for 1, take it, and then we pay 2 to take the Tithe. Then our Leap of Faith doesn't really do anything at all. But we do get to we get to take this guy who's the biggest. Only until the end of turn, right? I could take Tithe on his turn. I can Tithe this guy on... Then I can trigger my hammer once to deal 1. The hammer doesn't really do anything right now. I don't think I need the Tithe anymore. I think I will successfully bottom that. Well, there it is. We got ourselves a Leap of Faith. And we'll Leap of Faith our Dispersion. Alright, so now you have a guy, and I have a Dispersion that's ready to go again. Okay, well that was the play. That's what we wanted to do. We did have to throw a Tithe the way to do it. Tithe is kind of technically a sideboard card. Not a whole lot of removal in this deck. We do have the blue one, A Taste of Divinity. We haven't seen it yet. Both these cards look for blues. Valeera looks for blue. And that is one of the ways we get to go off on this board is, well, just playing Valeera with Hammer out. But he's done a pretty good job of shutting that off. I have a Mind Spike we're sitting on in this hand. Now these are just kind of issues in general. Blue also finds... he has another one. Oh. Yep. Well, not a whole lot I can do to outplay that. Let's try... Yeah, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. I think I'm probably dead here. I need to find Goran right now. And I did not. And I didn't hit anything. Oh, that's supposed to go. You got it. You got it. You attacked with some things. Okay, you got me. Was scared of Tithe. Oh well. Sometimes you just gotta play a deck where you just throw allies in play, and there's a lot of interesting plays and lines for me. I think I took a Valeera over Mind Spike, and there was a turn where I couldn't have, no, because he set up he set it up to go in afterwards. Yep, you too. Well, my opponent got me. Grand Crusader plus little things.